We're live.
Hello, welcome to Reborn. Here we are again, and our faithful leader is not here with us again. I think he's at a sawdust tasting contest down in San Antonio.
No.
I don't
think
know
so.
where he's at. Anyway, I know where he's at. He's having fun. But anyway, here we are again, and as you hope, I hope you know, it's Reborn, and we're trying to sit in and trying to fill up some pretty big shoes with Felipe being gone. But I have over on my left, I have Kaya. She's running the sound, and she'll also be taking if you have questions, she'll pick those questions up and throw them out here to us. If you have questions, ask questions. And this is Cammie. Cammie's been around. She's 87 years old.
God, I look good. Yes, I am. I'd rather be older. That's fine.
Yeah. So she's our one of our youth pastors here at the church, and she's a wise woman beyond her years. So
Thanks for that.
that's what Vincent told me.
Right.
Yeah, Vincent, you owe me that one. But anyway, so how was your day? How was your week so far?
Good.
How was the Christmas stuff going on? Because we haven't talked since Christmas.
We've been here
have
for
we?
a couple weeks.
Did you have
Yeah.
family in?
Yeah, well, we have family over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they live here. So
They
you
live
can
here.
you can send them home, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they live here, so,
So
they just went
they
home.
come to your house and you go to their house
No,
until
they just come
get
to our
back.
house.
No, you're missing it. Yeah. Yeah. We had we didn't go. We were gonna. Oh yeah, they did. They went ice skating. My family went ice skating, and we walked around the mall. That was like the first time I'd been in the mall for like 15 years.
Yeah, I don't go to
the
malls
mall.
either.
I don't go to the mall.
But you had some fun while you were there, right?
Oh, we had lots of fun. We had lots of fun.
You were doing other things, not shopping.
We did scavenger hunt,
Right.
and of course my team won.
Right. Of course they did.
Oh. No, is that going to be okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Oh, and what did you? Yeah, how was your Christmas?
It was good. It's a busy time.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
celebrate Christmas Eve with my family and Christmas Day with Vincent's family, and it's just a lot of cooking and moving to this house to that house, and
Yeah.
it was
You
good.
pick up what's left over and take it to the next house.
Yeah,
and
that's what I hope, that we have plenty left over so I can say.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I never say exactly what I'm going to bring. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll just throw some things
I'll-
together
I'll bring something.
off the table
I
from
bring-
the other people.
Bring my family's leftovers. Well, it does happen, though. I mean, we don't want
Oh,
food to
man.
waste. But
Leftovers
there's
are
always
good.
so much food.
Leftovers
so
are good.
much.
Leftover or not the second time around
Yeah.
spaghetti and second time around chili. I like that.
I'm good
because
with
it's
that.
thick. Okay, I can't eat the spaghetti, but anyway,
It's good.
it's all good.
Yeah.
So everything else is fine. Family's fine. Job's fine.
Yeah.
Children good.
Children, that says everything's fine then. I guess.
Everything's
Yeah.
good.
We got new neighbors moving in next door, and I don't know, they're already adding a room to the house. So it's
Wow.
like, okay, so they've already got somebody else coming in. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, here is our topic for tonight, for this evening, and it is
Walking through doubt.
walking through doubt, not walking through Memphis. I said that joke, and Kaya did not get it at all. But
She's
but
too young.
walking. She's too young. Yeah, but it's walking through doubt, and I guess it's an interesting topic that he comes up with, because it's how often do we move through life and we're not sure about stuff?
Often. I do, if you're asking me.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you text somebody and you expect them to text you back, and then you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Right?
Yeah.
That happens, right? Yeah.
So you're
And I
not
was like, am I
sure.
getting ghosted?
Are
And you
they
shake
going
the
to text
phone.
back? Yeah.
And you're doubting. Yeah. I always, when I'd text Laura and I wouldn't get a response back, and then I'd start getting on all the other apps to find out, okay, where's she at? Is she okay? Something's happened. And she goes, oh, I just left the phone over here. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or Vince will call me and I'm like, and I finally get him a call. He goes, where are you at? I'm like, I'm at home. I just had my hands in food that I couldn't answer the phone. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but we all we all have areas of doubt. But
Sure.
how often, I wonder, do we go through? We have certain doubts, but then we soldier through anyway. You think of some examples where we have. Well, I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. You think of areas like that. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. Like you're going to get a job, and it's like, oh, I think I know what I'm getting into, but I don't know, and stuff like that.
Sure.
No,
Finding
yeah.
the school to go to right after high school, just you talked about some of that, like deciding what am I going to do, what area you're going to, focus on. There's a lot of doubt and stuff like that.
Have you
sure.
decided yet?
Huh?
That's what I thought.
No, I haven't.
No decisions.
I don't
Yeah, that's real. That's a hard thing to go
sure.
through, and it'll probably change, as you're, questioning, you doubt, you change answers all the time. I know I did.
Oh yeah, I did too. Well, I still am. Right now, I have my top 3 for now until it changes again.
Right.
So.
Until you just don't know. Sometimes our experiences or what we walk through can change, right? The path that we take. Be like, oh, I really wanted to go this way, but you know what? I looked into that. Maybe something you didn't realize that you would be good at or that you would enjoy. 'Cause I want to enjoy my job. I do.
Yeah, me too.
I would hate to get up every day to a job that you just completely hated, innit? But I think a lot of people do.
A lot of people do it.
And it shows.
Yeah,
right?
it shows.
That's the
in their-
unfortunate part, that it shows that they just hate
mumble and grumble.
hate their job, man.
Yeah. Yep. But again, with the doubt that we have, there's things that we just continue to do
right?
anyway. And I think one of the things about that we doubt, I think that falls into the doubt is the fear of the change, of a change. I'm going to do this, and I'm not sure if we change it, like at work, in your job, they want to change something. You go, okay, am I going to still? I was good at it when we did this, but they changed the software. They change, the different machinery that you've got, and all of a sudden it's like,
that's me all the time. That's true. That for real is true for me because I work in the medical field in the pharmacy, and all we do is work on computers. Well, long time ago when I started this job, we had 2 computers in the whole pharmacy, but we still had typewriters. So when our computer went down, guess what I was doing? Typing all this stuff out. Now these kids would be like, "What is a typewriter?" Do you know what a typewriter is?
I know what a typewriter
Have you seen one?
Yes, I've seen one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's how we used to have to do it in emergencies. We still had that. It was still a transition, but since then, I've had to learn how to use the computer. Yeah. I've had to learn how to do different programs. And I was like, and every time they send out the email, like, they're changing this or they're doing that, I feel like this, like, oh my gosh, what are they changing now? I just got used to working the programs before, and it's like, I feel that, but I have to move on. This is my job. I gotta keep doing it, even with the doubt, and be like, okay, can I do it? Yeah, and often, very, very, not often at all, should I say, that I don't get it. I'll figure it out and I do it, and it's okay. It ends up being okay.
I remember when I first started working in the computer field, the operating system that we were using to do the work that we were doing, it was like I was learning a new language everybody else knew, right? And so I'm behind, and it's not behind. I have to ask, what about this? Well, about 6 months in, they completely changed the operating system.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, completely. The commands and everything were different on it. And I worked with the guy that was putting that new operating system in. So I went from trying to catch up the first 6 months to being the only one that knew. And that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, there was a lot of doubt because, if I never would have thought I'd have gone into be in the computer field, let alone being able to excel at it. And you get in there and you go, okay, we're changing everything completely, right? And then I guess now I look forward to new releases and on the computer, and they're gonna upgrade this or new app that. I have no problem with those. I like getting back into it and get bored after a while. But it's a little different when God's telling you to do something, right? I think you said that one of our text verses was Mark chapter 9.
Yes,
And,
Mark 9:24
yeah,
specifically.
and if I remember right, this man came to Jesus, and he had a son, and the son was demon possessed, and it was dangerous enough for him to do this because Jesus was not accepted by the religious leaders, and so he had to decide: do I keep trying to take care of my son, who's demon possessed, that the religious leaders can't fix, or do I risk my family to go and take him to Jesus? Because taking him to Jesus wasn't popular. Mm-hmm. And he took him to Jesus. And I believe that as you go along there, if you look at this, you're kind of wondering what's happening here, because Jesus is talking to the dad while the son is rolling on the ground and foaming. Mm-hmm. And the father's obviously excited, right? A little bit tense. Jesus is just talking to him. And you get to see in that picture two different aspects based on two different perspectives of what's happening. You're getting in a position where you know there's something that God tells you, commands you to do, and you're just like, oh, Billy, I don't know. And you have that doubt. And how come God isn't as doubtful about
anxious.
this as I am?
He's not anxious the way we feel.
Because he knows what's going to happen,
exactly, right?
And so he when he's commanding us, he knows the end game, right? You got a triangle again up there.
We do that with our kids many times, right? The kid is acting out or afraid of something, and we are just like, it's okay, we're calm.
Yeah,
the difference of a child, looking at a child like freak out about something, we know it's going to be okay. Yep. We know the whole picture, right? Where they don't understand that maybe. Yeah. So I mean, I can't imagine seeing a man wallowing on the ground, as you say, foaming at the mouth, and there's like, it seems chaotic, right? All this going on, and Jesus just standing there like, yeah, okay. And the dad is like freaking out, like he wants so badly to get help.
Yeah.
And this is who he had to go to get help, because he knew that the others couldn't. Nobody was going to do anything but Jesus. And he had to have that belief to know that he was going to do something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a crazy story I didn't think about it that way, but it's so true. Like, we deal with our kids all the time, like freaking out, and we're okay. We know. We can see that it's going to be okay where they don't.
It's all calm down. Calm down. Yeah.
There has to be somebody in there that's going to be not freaking out too, right? Nothing gets done if everybody's freaking out.
Yeah. I remember a story one time about this family in Kansas, and it was storming real bad, thunder, and you're talking about maybe winds were blowing, maybe a tornado, and they were all there, and the lights went out. And the grandma was there, and they were all getting the candles and stuff, and she says, well, give me a candle. She takes one of the little candles, and she starts going. He says, where are you going? She starts going up the stairs. She goes, I'm going to bed. And he goes, what about the storm? He says, God's got the storm. I'm going to bed.
It's time for bed.
And that's where everybody else is wondering about what's going to happen, and here's the old grandma going upstairs going, everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
God's got it one way or the other. He's
right.
got it.
And grandma, because she's older, she's experienced more things. She's dealt with, she's experienced God's faithfulness, So she's like, yeah. I mean, we had a storm a week ago, whatever, and they said it was the worst storm of the century, right? It's coming. But I lived through that too. God put me, and if God chooses to take at the end, well, then that was her time, right? That's fine. If you know where you're going, right? But yeah. And everybody else freaking her out.
Yeah, I think, folks, if it was a matter of just going and dying for Jesus right now, might be easier than saying, I want you to live for him a long time, right? Because what does that mean? Yeah. Who am I going to, when I get saved, who might I lose? Am I going to lose my friends? Am I going to lose family? Because all those things happen. Or can happen, let me put it that way. But do you think maybe let me ask it a different way. Why do you think let's say frequently, more frequently than not, that we doubt doing what God commands us to do?
I would say maybe because we simply don't want to. I mean,
So
because
you jump right to the punchline.
I mean, it could be like, oh, I just don't know what's going to happen, or it could just be simply, I just don't want to.
Sure.
So you're saying it's not doubt, it's don't want to.
Yeah, I could see that. That's what I've
It's
done
just
before.
complete defiance.
Like it's doubt, but at the same time, it's also like I just don't want to. Like I was talking with my mom about stuff, and I was like, yeah, well, I just don't want to. It's like I was hiding it behind doubt, but my real reason was because I just didn't want to.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the doubt and the don't want to is because I have competing desires, right? And so here's what God's telling me to do, and then here's what I want to do, right? And so if I do what He wants me to do, I can't do this. Well, I can do this, what I want to do, and then I'll just ask for forgiveness later. Well, that horse is out of the barn by that time, right? When you do those things. So I think that's one of the things. I think you're right on that. Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still good.
Okay. Boy, that thing is just going nuts tonight, isn't it? No.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Well,
I was going to say something very poignant.
I'm sure it was. I know it was. I think one of the other things that we see in doubt, we have doubt, is because God always takes us on the next step of faith. The next step of faith almost always is going to be a little bit harder or a lot of bit harder than the previous step of faith. And I think that maybe one of the things that causes us to doubt, like the children of Israel, that's probably real good. You go back into the Old Testament and you read about the children of Israel and going to Canaan and then not going to Canaan. Everything they did, they doubted.
Right.
And yet you say, wait a second, didn't you just see God destroy the Egyptians in the sea that He walked you through? Well, yeah. Why would He go to this extent to save you, to let you starve to death or let you die of thirst? It's like, this is one of the things that always got me. They always complain about, well, it's because there was no graves in Israel. If God wanted to get rid of them, wouldn't drowning them in the Red Sea been a good way to do it? I mean, you could get rid of all of them all at once, right? Just like flushing the toilet, all gone, right? With that. And so it seems that statement is never it's never valid. It's never thought through. What did God do? What can God do? And I think when we don't acknowledge it, that's one of the important things about our talking about God-sized things. When we don't acknowledge it and think about it, then it doesn't set into our psyche, right? Hey, God did this for me before. Then what about, okay, the next step's a little harder, but I'm not trusting a mile high. I'm only trusting 100 yards high, or because I've got this past faith. It was the same thing with Elijah. Elijah goes and he says, go tell the king, tells him some bad news. Then Elijah says, now go to the brook Cherith. He stays there till the brook goes dry. He feeds him and waters him there. And then he says, go to the widow woman. Well, everything he had him do was always a next step. Well, because God knew that big step was going to be, how about we just call down fire from heaven?
Right.
It was always going to be a bigger
thing. It didn't just go straight to the fire from heaven, of course. So which is why I think doubt is kind of important for us to have. I say important. Is that a word? It's not. I don't know if that's how I should say it, but I think having doubt is good in a sense that then it makes me question God, but in good questions. Well, how do I say that? Like for me, Like if I have a doubt in something that I'm not quite sure of, it makes me think about it more and ask God in prayer and in thought about, okay, why is he asking me this? And why do I not want to do it? Or why am I scared to do it? So a lot of times it's because I'm scared because I don't know what truly the next complete step is. Maybe there's like half step there. And I'm like, what is this supposed to lead me to? Where am I going? We always I am a planner. Yes, Vincent and everybody, I plan everything. So I'm like way ahead planner. So I want God to tell me the whole plan. I want it all. And he doesn't do that. So there are instances that for sure I've doubted, but I think I've doubted and I've asked questions, but we need to ask the right questions. And because I ultimately know God wants the best for me. And I know he has made promises that he's kept, and I've seen him work. So why wouldn't I trust him, right? But even still, knowing that he's done these things, sometimes there's that doubt for a second, I think that's just anybody being honest, that we all have those doubts, some doubts. I mean, in anything, in our work, in our spiritual walk, I think it's important to kind of have those doubts because I want to be close to God, in prayer and talking. On the way here, I was kind of, like I've told y'all before, I talk to God while I'm driving a lot because I drive a lot by myself.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say, make them go.
Not that kind of
Not
talk.
that kind of talk.
So I'm stopped at the stoplight, and I was just kind of thinking about like myself. Like, of course, I've doubted many times, even more so in my early walk with Christ, more. But I was thinking some people or some Christians might think that's a bad thing, and I don't know that it's truly a bad thing. I remember going through some things myself, and as I'm thinking these things through my head, because they all get all jumbled up there, and I had to ask God to help me filter this stuff. And a song came on. I was like, I said, oh, it's so true, God. There's a song, I don't even know who sings it. Of course, I never know who the artist is, but she says, can I be honest? I just want to know that you've got this, or is the words.
I know what song
what song I'm talking about. And I'm like, gosh. It's so true, because if I'm honest with myself many times, I'm like, dang, I don't know if I should do that. I don't know. But it helps me get into God's word more, to hear him speak, because I don't know. I mean, I'm dumb in so many ways, but it's so true if I'm honest, and if we're all honest, it's okay to be doubting sometimes, but let's doubt and seek God's truth and what he's trying to tell us, to understand and to then move forward. Because I think I don't do some stuff, not because I don't necessarily want to, because I'm afraid. I'm scared. I don't know where it's going to lead, right? Yeah, being scared is one that I feel like probably a lot of people could relate to. We just don't know.
I think maybe there's a transition. I was thinking about, I was listening to what you're saying, it just kind of brought this to me, is it confidence and doubt. I won't doubt much if I have confidence in my own ability to do something.
Right? Sure.
Yeah.
And as soon as you say, okay, but you're going to have to do something that's out of your realm, in God's realm, doubt comes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now the confidence has to move from what I can do.
Yes.
Do I trust that what God is going to do, right? So I have to take my confidence away. Actually, I need to realign my confidence, is a word. Realign it from what I can do to trusting what God can do, right?
Sure.
And
absolutely.
that brings the doubt away. I don't have to know. And the silliest thing is that a lot of times my thought that I know what's going on, not so much. You don't know as much as you think. We don't. None of us do. We don't know what's going to happen.
Sure.
And and that's another thing that brings doubt, is because, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, and I have doubts because I don't know what the ramifications of that's going to be. Right? Okay, I'm going to be faithful to God when I'm at work, and I'm going to put Him first at work. Okay, doubt number one, or contemplation number one, is, what does that mean? And then number two is, if I do know what it means, am I going to be willing to do it? Right? And you see that God asks us to do, various things with our lives, to give our lives fully to Him. Well, I always tell the kids when we were teaching the high school kids this, every time we hear, and we'd see this at camp, okay, at church camps, and they'd hear the preacher say, the visiting evangelist that's teaching, encourage them to get into God's plan, and so they only ever hear it's a ministry. I gotta become a pastor or a missionary or youth pastor or a music teacher. I got to do an evangelist. I've got to do those things, and it's like that's not the case, right? It's go be a great plumber for God.
Yeah,
be a great electrician.
Living, daily living.
Be it's like I can't speak in front of people, but if I guess I'm supposed to be a pastor. No, you're supposed to be a plumber. You're supposed to be a mechanic, but just be a mechanic that's honest. Be a plumber that gets the job done. Be an electrician that doesn't blow the house up, and you can go in and tell people about Jesus. That's what you're doing. I think that's what's missed a lot of times. We always think it's always going to be God, I'm going to have to do this. He's going to expect me to go to the Congo, right? That's always that's our worst case scenario. To me, it would be Siberia. Or he's going to call me to go to the Arctic.
He's going to send you to Alaska.
I'm going to have to go, God, I'm sorry, just kill me now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, sometimes I've heard this from people like, I'm just waiting on God to tell me what my big thing is. What am I supposed to do? And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, am I supposed to be doing something really big? I don't hear God telling me something like that, and I don't think that's the truth for everybody. Like you said, I'm supposed to be who I am in His image, right where I'm at.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever that is. I don't feel like I'm going to be called to Congo either. But if He did, I mean, okay, but I don't think so. But yeah, in my job, in my daily walk, I mean, at my home, when nobody's looking, in my van, when nobody's looking, and I'm talking to God, that I'm not cursing somebody out in front of me or something, because they're not moving. So I have to.
Why would you do that?
There was somebody really slow coming back. Anyway, but yeah, that's what He calls us to be.
It wasn't her dad driving, was it?
No.
I've driven behind him for a little bit.
I know. I have to.
She's in the other room and they're looking.
She just peeked
She'll
over.
see it in 30 seconds. I said she'll see it in 30
the delay.
seconds.
We got a delay going. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
But true. God may not have that big old going to the mountains, and yell a sermon off the mountain. I mean, that's not what most people are going to do.
Right.
We're going to be living just with everybody else.
And it's funny too. Again, you brought up. I see another thing you're talking about, is that a lot of times they think, well, I got to be like Moses, and I got to be like David, and I got to be like Elijah, and I've got. But if you sit down and go through the Scripture, go through the Moses' life, and write, here's a big thing here. Oh, here's a big thing here.
But there wasn't.
And you write down 6 or 8 things, and you go, wow, 6 or 8 things. You go, yeah, but that's over 40 years.
Exactly.
That's not so much when you look at it that way.
Right.
And
what was happening all the other times?
Yeah. What was he doing most of the time? Plugging along, listening to complainers, right? Waiting for someone to go when the light turns green. And so that's, I think when we learn how to plug it, just do what we're supposed to do every day, and I think that's when along the way, we'll have those moments. God will give us those big, exciting, boom, big thing, right? And then go do this, and you do it, and you find this great opening, or what does God want me to do? And all of a sudden, by plugging along, you come in contact with that person that's going to give you the next thing and show you the next thing, or inspire you to the next thing, or just give you an idea so that you have something to do for the next thing. But if we don't go, you never have those if we don't plug along every day, uh, I think 2 out of 3 of us could understand this in relationship to like marriage. Is most of it exciting? Exciting and is it always is every day a honeymoon, and is every day no, it's
Absolutely
doing the
not.
day-to-day stuff, right? And but that is where the engagement and the depth comes from, day to day, every day. And assuming they don't kill you, then you grow deeper, in your love for each other.
Right.
Right. And so that
Haven't killed him yet.
yeah. So but at the same time, those little interactions, those times, because really, I get up and quote go to work, and she gets up and she goes to work, and we're in 2 separate places, and we just meet each other going through the kitchen and stuff till lunchtime, and then we get there together for lunch. He brings me in my food, and I eat for lunch. I work while I'm eating lunch, and then afternoon we come back together for watching some news and stuff, and but we're both doing our thing at the time. But bringing that back together, and it's like there's a lot of exciting, not a lot of exciting, just getting up again and
Right.
going to do the next thing together.
I'm not waking up every day with the butterflies in my stomach. I'm like, oh, like when you first met him or saw him, or all those things are not there.
Well, you don't. I do. I do. But that's
Right. I think that's indigestion.
Are they butterflies or are
I
they
wake up
fear?
in the morning and look at her. Well, she's still there, so I know 2 things haven't happened. She hadn't left me, and the rapture didn't take place. So,
Right.
right?
Hasn't happened.
Oh man. So, I guess we're laughing about it, but I think the big takeaway from this is, people think, well, I must not be as close to God as I should be because I have all these doubts.
Yeah.
We all have doubts.
Right.
We all have doubts. Read Exodus chapter 3, 4, and 5. Listen to Moses when God says, he goes, I'm going to free the children of Israel. And Moses goes, yeah. And he goes, I'm going to use you. And he goes, hold on.
Right. Absolutely.
That's a big ask right there, right? You're asking me to do something big. Now, I've also heard, and I believe this to be true too, is that God never asks us to do what we can do. He always asks us to do what it's
He
going to
can
be
do
beyond
through
us,
us.
right? Beyond our power to do, because that's where the miracle. That's again where you see those big aha things happening. And it's something as simple as you're walking in Lowe's, because you said you had to go to Walmart. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I just did grocery pickup.
Yeah, go to Lowe's to get something, and there someone needs help, or so I'll take Blue with me, the dog. I'll take my dog with me, and Blue will go in there with me. He'll be walking along there, and where'd he go? Well, he stopped along the way because someone reached down to pet him. So he's like, I'm with him now. But you get a chance to talk and interact with
starts
people.
a conversation.
It starts a conversation going.
Oh,
So
is that why I need a dog? I need a dog.
yeah, get
It'd be
your
easier
dog.
for me to start conversations.
Get your
I'll be
dog.
honest, it's not easy for me to start conversations. Vincent is good at it. I am not.
Yeah.
We're very different. I don't even know how I'm speaking on here, but yeah. I need a dog then. Maybe I need a dog.
Get your dog. I'll recommend a couple to you. Not mine, but I can either
We'll
be
see.
mean with that, or like a Great Pyrenees. Get you a Great Pyrenees. That's what.
That's what my sister. That's the kind of dog she has. Those big old dogs.
Oh man.
No.
Yep. But we see confidence in myself. God's asking us to have confidence in Him. If we don't grow in our faith, now, and remember, keep in mind, our faith is going to be actions, things that God tells us to. We read the Scripture. He says, "Do these things." Right? Here's some basic. Probably, if the viewer, if you said, what do you think they are? You could probably easily name off 5 or 6 and go, well, we should be nice to other people, and we shouldn't beat the dog, and we should go to church and blah, blah, read our Bibles and tell people about Jesus. Yeah, that you got it. That's kind of the baseline things you do. But if you don't do those things, then you never grow, you never share, and you never get to those places where their faith is being built, confidence in God is being built to get us ready to go do the big thing. I'll just when I used to teach. I used to give swimming lessons when I was in high school. I was a lifeguard, and I'd teach kids how to swim. And there was 3 stages, and I don't know why I ended up doing this, but the kids loved it. And first thing I'd get them to do is get them to just dive in off the side. Now it took a little while because they didn't know how to swim. So I'd teach them how to swim. First you jump in and come up and start swimming, and then get them to go. And then as we'd go along, I'd get them. It was a 2-week class. So as I'd go along, by the next week, I was wanting them to know how to swim by the first week. And the second week, I'd go, okay, now, who wants to jump off the low board? Oh, someone would go, not me, man, I'll die, And others are going, yeah, me, I'll do it, And so, and then there was, of course, the high dive. And getting the confidence that first week. Then I wanted early in the second week to get them off that low dive, and then just let it go for till Friday, and maybe Monday or Tuesday they jumped off the low board, and they the big deal was they could jump off the low board and they could swim over to the side, which means that when we open the pool up, they passed the test to be able to go on that side. But anyway, then I'd let that go Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we'd talk about it, but they go, okay, I'll do it. So no, not yet. And I'd wait till Friday, and then the parents would come. And they would watch them, and the parents were like, I can't believe they're jumping off. And the parents were more nervous than they were. But off the side, off the low board, then off the big. And it was just building that confidence, confidence in 2 things. One is they could do it, and number 2 is if they couldn't do it, they knew someone was there to get them, right? And so I think that's kind of an analogy for how we should be with God. God's going to give us something little. It's going to be, if you don't know how to swim, jumping in the water is a tough thing, right? And then as you move up, you know how to swim.
No.
Oh.
She does not know how to swim.
I stay in the 3 feet section.
Oh, I thought you were just doing that because that's the only place
No.
Oh.
I genuinely just stay in the 3 feet section. I don't go in the 4 feet section.
Oh, so you should have said something. I could teach you how to swim.
I definitely don't go in the 5 feet section.
I'm surprised that's how you taught them. I was really thinking that you just threw them in.
Oh, no.
That's how I learned.
Come back up.
Yeah, well,
I learned like that.
Funny because how
and
I
then
learned.
Holding on the side.
How I learned is I jumped in too close to the rope, where it's separated from where I could stand to where I couldn't, and I slipped over on the other side.
Oh my god!
So I learned, so I wouldn't die, right? The one comedian said, the difference between it's strange. He says the difference between swimming and drowning is what clothes you're wearing. If you're wearing street clothes, you might be drowning.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a swimming suit, you might be swimming. So, anyway, I think we'll cut it off there. So I've stolen the joke for that. But anyway, good discussion. I hope it maybe helps you a little bit. Maybe it gives you a little bit of thought, ideas about, do I disobey God when I no longer can have confidence in myself? Then do I have confidence in God? Because if you don't have confidence in God, you're going to have doubt. So we want to be growing in our faith, especially these days that we're living in. So, well, I appreciate you guys getting out on this freezing, cold, bitter. Oh my gosh! I just wait for it to snow.
Man, 63. I'm out there. Nothing. It's perfect.
I'm watching some stuff on TV, and they're showing stuff in the north where it's snowing and stuff, and I was like, it doesn't take long for me to go, oh Lord, please thank you so much at where we live at. But anyway, thank you for being with us again here tonight. 4 in, 1 and out, 1 is out. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.